Hi everyone, welcome to Space News Network. We got a lot of great news for this week, so let's get started. First up, on August 13th, we got some great images from Planet Explorer Beta, showing great progress on the second landing pad, LZ-2, and some changes to LZ-1. SpaceX has begun bringing more gravel for the second landing pad, as you can see here. And you'll also notice a new paint job on the first landing pad as well, to make it look more like the drone ship deck. Also, interesting note, the mark on the landing pad on the left image is a scorch mark from the CRS-11 landing. It's really amazing just to see how close the first stage can land to the center of the landing pad. Also, I think I should explain Planet Explorer Beta. They are a company that have many CubeSats in orbit currently that take near daily imagery of the entire Earth. And while yes, the images aren't the best quality, I think it's still pretty amazing considering these satellites are the size of a shoebox. On August 14th, SpaceX launched the CRS-12 mission to the International Space Station. At 16:31 UTC, Falcon 9 lifted off with Dragon carrying 1,652 kilograms of pressurized cargo and 1,258 kilograms of unpressurized cargo. This mission was also the first flight of a Block 4 first stage, which had even more improvements over Block 3. Most of them are internal changes, so we don't actually know what has been changed. And after stage separation, the Falcon 9 first stage made a picture-perfect landing at LZ-1, which is also how we got this amazing picture that's on your screen now. So with that, take a look at this recap of the flight.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff of the Falcon 9. Falcon 9 is over tower. JC moved to 39A to post operations.
Copy, we'll go.
You are watching the Falcon 9 rocket carrying the Dragon spacecraft as it ascends through the atmosphere en route to the International Space Station after a successful liftoff from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The vehicle has just passed through supersonic territory. And the vehicle has also just passed through max Q, which is the maximum aerodynamic pressure that the vehicle sees during its ascent through the atmosphere. Stand by for MECO in just about 5 seconds. And as you can see, the main engines have cut off from the first stage, and we have confirmation of a successful separation. Just waiting for that second engine to start up. As you can hear from the crowd cheering downstairs, it sounds like we've had a successful separation and a successful ignition of that upper stage engine. Now on your screen right now, you can see that second stage on the right-hand side as it accelerates towards the International Space Station. However, on the left-hand side, you're looking at a view from the first stage of the Falcon 9 rocket. That first stage just completed its boost back burn, which thrusts it back towards Cape Canaveral and gets it ready for a landing. We can follow along with its process back towards LZ-1 on the left-hand side and follow along with Dragon and the second stage progress on the right-hand side. Getting confirmation from our GNC department that trajectory of the second stage is nominal. On your left-hand side, you can see those grid fins deploying on the first stage. Those grid fins are used to control the first stage as it descends down through the atmosphere. On the right-hand screen, you're seeing a camera shot from our pad at LZ-1. And the entry burn has just started. So that Falcon 9 is currently thrusting its way just to slow itself down. Entry burn lasts about a minute. Excuse me, about 10 seconds. And entry burn has just completed. That was successful. Landing burn has begun. On the left-hand side, you can see the first stage approaching the pad. And on the right-hand side, you see the pad shot. Let's watch it land. As you just saw on this webcast, X marks the spot for yet another picture-perfect landing of a Falcon 9 first stage back at LZ-1 in Cape Canaveral, Florida. On the right-hand side of your screen, you can see a camera pointing from the top of the second stage up into the trunk of the Dragon. We should be able to see that. Oh, there it goes. Dragon has successfully deployed. As you can see, this is big news for the crowd down there. It means the Dragon is happy and in orbit. And there it is. As you can see, those are the solar arrays of Dragon slowly unfolding. Looks like a successful solar array deploy. Dragon's propulsion system is also primed and ready to thrust its way towards the ISS.
Following a successful launch, just 2 days later, on August 16th, Dragon arrived at the space station and was attached using the station's robotic arm. That followed by SpaceX and NASA both tweeting that Dragon had arrived safely. Also on August 16th, Chris B. from NASA Spaceflight tweeted an image showing how much of the grass has been burned due to ongoing Raptor engine tests. As you can see, this engine is insanely powerful, as it is able to burn grass 600 feet away from the stand. And what's really crazy is that this is a subscale Raptor, meaning the final version of this engine will be even bigger. And for those that don't know, Raptor is a methane oxygen engine that SpaceX is developing that will be used on their Mars rocket, the Interplanetary Transport System, or ITS. And our last two stories both took place on August 19th, when Falcon 9 completed a static fire test ahead of the Formosat 5 launch that is currently scheduled for August 24th. Formosat 5 is a small Taiwanese imaging satellite that was contracted way back in 2010 and was supposed to fly on SpaceX's first vehicle, the Falcon 1. And because of that, the satellite is very small, as you can see from this picture, and only weighs 475 kilograms. And last up, this might be the most interesting news of the week, honestly. Elon announced on Twitter that next week we will finally get to see the spacesuits that SpaceX is developing for commercial crew. We've been waiting a really long time for these, so we're certain that they look amazing. However, these are not EVA suits, they are flight suits, meaning that they can't actually go outside the capsule wearing them. They're only designed to keep the crew alive in the rare case of a depressurization event inside the capsule. That's it for this week. We had a lot of great news this week, and hopefully we have many more weeks like this to come. This is Space News Network, and we'll see you next week.